What if I told you that losing everything is actually the smartest financial decision you'll ever make? Not in a broke way, in a rich way. And I'm not talking about money. 2,000 years ago, Jesus told a story about a guy who found something so valuable, he literally gave up his entire life to have it. No regrets, no second guessing, complete peace. And here's the crazy part. This story wasn't about some lucky treasure hunter. It was about you and me and what we're really searching for. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you what Jesus meant, why it matters to your life right now, and what happens when you finally understand what real treasure actually is. So keep watching. Let me ask you something real. Right now, in 2026, what are you working toward? Be honest. Is it money in the bank? A promotion at work? The perfect relationship? A house in a nice neighborhood? Freedom from your 9 to 5? Validation on social media? Don't feel bad. Those are things everyone is chasing. Our entire culture is built on the promise that if you accumulate enough stuff, reach enough milestones, or achieve enough success, then you'll finally feel complete. Then you'll be happy. Then you'll have arrived. But here's what I've noticed. People who have all of those things, they're still searching. They're still stressed. They're still wondering if there's something more. That's because they're looking in the wrong place. And Jesus knew this 2,000 years ago. Matthew 13 verse 44. Jesus says, "The kingdom of heaven is like treasure hidden in a field. When a man found it, he hid it again, and then in his joy, he went and sold everything he had and bought that field." Let's break this down, because most people completely miss what Jesus is actually saying here. So there's this guy, average day, probably working in the fields, doing whatever he does for income, and then boom, he discovers something that absolutely changes everything. Real treasure. The kind that transforms your entire life. But here's the important part. He didn't panic buy. He didn't doubt. He didn't ask for a second opinion. The text says in his joy he went and sold everything he had. He was happy about losing everything, because he knew what he was gaining. Why? Because he understood the value. He saw something everyone else missed. He made the trade. Now, Jesus isn't actually talking about a field. He's talking about relationship with God. He's saying that understanding who you really are, finding peace. So here's the real question. What are you holding on to that's keeping you from the real treasure? And I'm not asking to shame you. I'm asking because I've been there. I've traded away peace for paychecks. I've sacrificed purpose for promotions. I've given up time with people I love for status that nobody actually cares about. So let me be specific. What if God is asking you to let go of the job that pays well but kills your soul? Step back from the relationship that feels safe but isn't actually nourishing you. Stop chasing the approval of people who don't actually know you. Step out from the hustle culture that tells you you're only valuable if you're productive. I know. It sounds terrifying. It sounds reckless. But that man in Jesus' story, he wasn't reckless. He was wise. He saw the real deal and had the courage to pursue it. Here's what I want you to understand. Following Jesus doesn't mean you'll be broke or unsuccessful. It means you'll stop measuring success the way the world measures it. You'll have peace that doesn't make sense. You'll have joy that isn't dependent on circumstances. You'll have purpose that actually fulfills you. And yeah, you might lose some things, but you'll gain your life. I want to give you permission to do something you might feel guilty about. You're allowed to. Stop pretending you're fine when you're not. Stop chasing a version of success that doesn't actually matter to you. Stop staying in situations that are draining your spirit. Stop performing for people who didn't actually invest in you. Stop being afraid that if you're not constantly productive, you won't matter. I know there's a voice in your head right now. It sounds like fear. It says, but what if I fail? What if people judge me? What if I'm making the wrong choice? That voice is real, but it's not truth. The truth is, most of the people you're trying to impress aren't even thinking about you. They're worried about themselves. So you're literally sacrificing your peace for an audience that doesn't exist. The real treasure, peace, purpose, genuine relationship with God, and the kind of joy that doesn't depend on external circumstances. That's available to you right now. You don't have to wait. You don't have to earn it. You just have to be willing to trade what you're holding for what God is offering. And I know that sounds abstract, so let me make it practical. So practically, what does this look like? First, get honest. Sit down, maybe not right now, but this week, and answer these questions. What am I chasing that I don't actually want? What relationships or situations am I staying in out of fear, not love? What would change about my life if I knew nobody was watching and nobody would judge me? Where am I measuring success by the world's standards instead of God's standards? Write it down. Don't censor yourself. This is for you, not for anyone else. Second, name the treasure. Not philosophically, practically. What does a life centered on God actually look like for you? What does that mean? For some of you, it might mean leaving a job that pays well but compromises your integrity. For others, it might mean investing time in your marriage instead of climbing the corporate ladder. For others, it might mean having the courage to share your faith with people you care about. For others, it's just starting to pray again, or read the Bible, or go to church. The specific action doesn't matter. What matters is, are you being honest about what you're choosing? Third, take one step. Not a massive leap. One step. Today, this week, toward the treasure. Maybe that's a conversation. Maybe it's saying no to something. Maybe it's saying yes to something you've been afraid of. But take one step. Because here's the truth. You're not going to figure this all out intellectually. You're going to figure it out by moving, by making choices, by building new habits, by saying yes to God and no to the rest. And every time you do, you're going to feel more of that peace, more of that purpose, more of that treasure. Here's what I want you to know as we wrap up. That treasure Jesus was talking about, it's not some distant thing. It's not a someday. It's not once I get my life together. It's available to you right now. And yeah, you're going to have to let go of some things. You're going to have to be brave. You're going to have to trust something bigger than your own plans and fears. But I promise you, and I know I'm just a person on your phone screen, so take this for what it's worth, but I promise you, when you finally understand what real treasure actually is, when you finally stop chasing the fake stuff and start pursuing the real thing, you're going to look back and be so grateful you made that choice. You're going to feel peace you didn't think was possible. You're going to have purpose that actually fulfills you. You're going to experience a kind of love, from God, from yourself, from others, that doesn't make sense but changes everything. So here's my challenge to you. This week, go through those 3 steps. Get honest, name the treasure, take one step, and then come back and let me know what happened. I read the comments, I see you, and I want to celebrate with you. If this resonated with you, hit that like button. It helps more people find this message. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell because next week I'm going to be diving even deeper into what it actually looks like to build your life around what really matters. That's going to help you take that next step. You are so loved. This message is for you, and the treasure is waiting. Let's go.